Professor Stephen William Hawking was born on the 8th of January 1942, exactly 300 years to the day after the death of Galileo in Oxford, England. A born genius and a brilliant student, Hawking entered University College in Oxford several years before most of his peers. Because mathematics was not available at University College, he pursued physics instead. After just 3 years of intense study, he was awarded a first-class honors degree in natural science. In 1962, Hawking arrived at the University of Cambridge to conduct research in cosmology. After receiving his PhD in 1965, he became a research fellow. In 1963, Hawking was diagnosed with ALS, better known as Lou Gehrig's disease, which slowly attacks the immune system and causes total loss of muscle control. At the time, his doctors gave him no more than 3 years to live. Needless to say, they were wrong. Stephen Hawking was married and divorced twice. In 1965, he married fellow physicist Jane Wilde, and they had 3 children together. The couple was divorced in 1995. That same year, he married his nurse, Elaine Mason. That marriage ended in 2006. Professor Hawking was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society and became the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics in 1979, a chair first held by Sir Isaac Newton and one which Hawking occupied until 2009. Despite being confined to a wheelchair and being totally reliant on others for daily care, Professor Hawking never complained about his misfortune, but rather became an icon of positive thinking, the celebration of life, and the epitome of achieving greatness through sheer willpower and intellect. Professor Hawking was best known for his attempts to unify general relativity with quantum theory and for greatly expanding scientific knowledge pertaining to the life cycles of gravity defying black holes in deep space. Towards the end of his life, Hawking was dedicated to warning humanity of the unforeseen dangers of artificial intelligence and the idea it may be necessary to explore other planets in the event of a civilization-threatening catastrophe here on Earth. Over the course of his long and distinguished career, Professor Hawking received 13 honorary degrees and was published extensively, with several books making the New York Times bestseller list. Among the popular titles Stephen Hawking published are A Brief History of Time, On the Shoulders of Giants, and The Universe in a Nutshell. After more than 50 years of struggling with a terrible, painful disease, Professor Stephen Hawking died in his home in Cambridge, England, early on the morning of March 14, 2018, at the venerable age of 76. Curiously, it was exactly 139 years to the day since the birth of Albert Einstein.